Hey everyone, it's Michael Groff here to talk to you about your roof. With an active monsoon season expected this year, you need a name you can trust, and that's why you should call Blackstone Roofing Group for all of your roofing needs. Call for your free inspection today. Big or small, they do it all. Tile, shingle, or flat roofing, they can help, offering free inspections and more. Roofing made easy. Call 602-536-9363 or visit blackstoneroufinggroup.com to schedule your free inspection today. And if you tell them Michael Groff sent you, they'll take $500 off the price of your roof replacement. Again, that's 602-536-9363 or blackstoneroufinggroup.com. This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 16th of June. I'm Michael Groff. It's been a rather odd day here across the valley. We've had some power outages reported, which obviously in the middle of June is not an opportune time for that to happen. Obviously, we've had those technical issues here at Studio B with some plugins and things not working, so we've had to work on that through the day, and that's why, again, we've been sort of late here today. And on top of all that, well, we just have our typical weather pattern here for the month of June, which is, of course, hot and dry. And unfortunately, we could be looking at even hotter temperatures later this week. Just how hot will it get? How long will it last? We're still looking out for monsoon moisture, any of that on the horizon, any change in this weather pattern. You might be surprised to learn, yes, there is a change out there somewhere. Maybe not exactly what you'd expect, but we'll get into it and so much more. First, let's check that almanac from yesterday. 114 degrees was the afternoon high. Yes, that was the hottest temperature we've had so far this year. 81 the morning low, 105 and 79 are the averages for this time of year. And as we check the satellite picture out here across the west, high pressure is firmly in control, and that's going to keep us dry. The main storm track well to the north, of course. The monsoon moisture, well, it's not there yet. But we are watching, and we're keeping an eye on the tropics as well in the East Pacific. We'll show you that in just a second. But in the meantime, severe clear here across Arizona today, and with low humidity and plenty of sun. Yeah, it's going to be another toasty one this afternoon. The watch warning map, we still have the extreme heat warning here for south central Arizona, including Phoenix. That's in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. That also extends to include much of the remainder of south central, southwest, west central, northwest Arizona, Yuma up to Kingman, also Gila Bend, Tucson, Casa Grande, all in that extreme heat warning, as well as over into southeast California, southern Nevada, the Las Vegas Valley. Meanwhile, we've got some flood watches over parts of western Kentucky, some of the adjacent areas, and points to the east as well. Now, this is where things get interesting today, the convective outlook, the enhanced risk for severe storms. And we've already seen some strong storms popping up over the central and northern plain states, but that's that level 3 out of 5 risk for much of Minnesota, and at least southern and central Minnesota, including the Twin Cities. And in that zone, all modes of severe weather will be possible today, including a few tornadoes possible. And so on top of everything else that's been going on up in Minnesota, now you've got that to deal with today and tonight. Elsewhere, another enhanced risk over a good portion of Nebraska. The broader severe weather risk, again, includes much of the central northern plain states and parts of the northern Rockies. The tropics in the East Pacific don't look now, but we have another tropical wave out there, another area of disturbed weather that has a very high probability of developing into a tropical depression or storm. The National Hurricane Center giving that an 80% probability. But that should mainly impact the Mexican coast, probably not going to have any influence on our weather. So, of course, we keep an eye on everything out there in the East Pacific, as always. Precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide. Not much, although a shower or storm just might sneak into southeast Arizona at some point over the weekend. And we're going to talk about what's going on with that. Is that the start of the monsoon, or is that something else? We'll get to it right now. Here we go. Check those models, the GFS. This is the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right, high pressure is in control here. There's a weak trough off to the north and west of us, and that'll brush us by tomorrow. But Otherwise, for the rest of the afternoon, we're just sunny and hot, highs 109 to 113. And that is certainly above average, but not at record levels. Across the state today, very similar to what we've had yesterday and the last several days, anywhere from 108 to 113 here in the lower deserts. Las Vegas, 110 degrees. But if you're looking to escape the heat, Flagstaff, a cool, almost an Arctic 88, 87 up in the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It's in the 70s, though, this afternoon in San Diego, at least right along the immediate coast. Meanwhile, 104 degrees for El Paso, where they have a heat advisory, 102 in Albuquerque, up at a mile high. So it's hard to escape the heat here in the Southwest, as you are no doubt well aware. All right, for tonight, the sky is clear. The air is dry. Overnight lows in the 70s for most of us. Low 80s in the urban core. Tomorrow, it's more the same. Maybe we'll shave off a couple of degrees from afternoon highs, 106 to 110 here in Phoenix, and then we'll just start warming it back up again about 112 on Wednesday. Now, as for Thursday and Friday, we're looking at highs possibly reaching anywhere from 112 to 116. At least one of these 2 days. And so those will be the hottest temperatures, if that verifies, that we've had in Phoenix so far this year. And we'll keep the streak alive for days above 110. We started that on Saturday. We'll keep it going Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's a full 7 days. That might continue. Here is Friday. And again, we'll be above 110 here. But there are signs of a pattern change coming. A trough is developing over the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, high pressure sits off to the east and southeast of us, and we might start to see just a little bit of moisture sneaking into the southeastern part of the state over the weekend. This is Saturday, and this is Sunday, and an isolated shower storm over that part of the state can't be ruled out. Now, that's not going to make it up here because for the most part, southwesterly flow takes over in response to a deepening trough, and this thing might actually become fairly anomalous for this time of year. And so we're going to see temperatures begin to fall off here, probably closer to 108 on Saturday, maybe upper 90s to about 103 on Sunday. And if that's right, that's below average. Now you might say, 103 is really not that much to get excited about, but hey, anytime we can have temperatures a little bit below average, that's always a good thing. But with a trough digging that far south, unfortunately, again, with southwesterly flow, there's no moisture. And any moisture that there is going to be mostly pushed into New Mexico, Colorado, and points to the east, except for maybe the far southeast corner of our state. A week from today, Monday the 23rd, troughing sits along or over the Great Basin and out here over the west. And so again, upper heights are down, so temperatures would be at or below average. Tuesday, the 24th, still the trough continues here. Temperatures would still be below average. It would be breezy, but no moisture in that setup. Out 10 days, Wednesday the 25th, the trough begins to lift on out, so temperatures would slowly come back to at least average levels. And again, in that setup, no monsoon flow coming in yet. Speaking of, let's look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the end of the month, out through the 30th, coming off of the GFS ensemble. The mean is under 1/10 of an inch. European ensemble, same story, not much to be had here. We're going to stay dry, at least for now. But as I mentioned on a previous video, there are some signs out there as we get toward about the last couple days of the month, or maybe that last few days of the month, that we could start to really see the monsoon moisture building up across northern Mexico and maybe ultimately start to filter into the state. But that's still pretty far out there, so we'll take that as it comes. Temperatures off the national blend of models, just ridiculous for the rest of this week, but then we do see signs of temps backing off somewhat, and perhaps even a little bit more than what's shown here especially as we get towards Sunday and Monday of next week. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions if you really enjoy what we do here. Then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make that monetary contribution to us, or you can donate via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is also linked up down in the description. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, blogs, videos, everything that could possibly be Michelle related, and very likely Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description, so check it all out. Our streaming station, it's available 24/7, 365. That's linked up too in the description. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun over there. And that's pretty much what we've got going on here. A lot cooking in the kitchen, so to speak. And hope you check it all out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. Stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a delightful rest of your Monday.